It's windy as in Wellington. Check this out. We'll see. Cuba Street. Awesome. Random by fire and water. I'm here in New Zealand's capital, Wellington, and it is 4 degrees. Well, the feels like temperature is 4 degrees, and it's still summer, and it is windy, which is what I've been told. So I've been warned about this. I did not come here without warning, but oh my God, it is windy. There was a video a couple months ago of a girl that was like blown onto the road because it was so windy. I can sympathize, I can empathize with that experience. But yeah, we're going to Cuba Street right now, which apparently is like the cool street here in Wellington, the groovy, funky street. So we'll see. So far, I've been blown away by the city. We'll see what Cuba Street's like. I think Cuba Street is everything I wanted it to be, pretty much. It's got like all the record shops, it's got the vintage shops. Things aren't open really, and it's not quite as busy as I thought it would be. But maybe Sundays in this city are less busy. Like maybe people don't necessarily live in the center of the city. But yeah, they've got like pipe flags up. It's got old buildings and like so many different cuisines. It's really cool. I think in Sydney there would be a few more like extensive thrift shops here, but it's about the same, I'd say, as any like cool street in Sydney, like King Street near town. Again, it just lacks the people. I saw a cute cafe back there, so I think I might head back there after I've done the rounds. Well, I've almost completed my tour of, I was gonna say K Road, Cuba Street, and check this out. Cute little plate, and I also went and bought some souvenir things. I got this, which is the Maori flag for New Zealand. I've been looking for this everywhere, like nowhere seems to sell the Maori flag on anything, but I finally found it, because I don't want to really represent the New Zealand flag. No offense to New Zealand and their flag. I got a kiwi, it's a wound up kiwi that kind of jumps about. And I got a little kiwi pin for my bag when I can't carry my little Maori flag bag with me. So yeah, and this cake is pretty good. This place is just such a vibe. It's relaxed and like, I feel like it reminds me more of Montreal than it does Melbourne, just because of how like relaxed and like slightly less populated it is. That's a huge compliment for me because that was my favorite city in Canada. I've just finished up my shopping on Cuba Street. I may go back tomorrow. We will see. Because there was one shop there which had so much cool stuff. And I was like, oh. I mean, there were a lot of shops that had cool stuff. But this one had cool stuff at like good prices. And I was like, oh, I really should get more stuff here. But I'm also like, I need to save my money for some other experiences too. So we will see. We shall see. But now, I think I'm going to do a try-on haul when I get home. So this is the haul. This is now months in the future. And thank you for making it this far in the video. I've spent like all day editing this video, mainly because Wellington's wind managed to get in the way of the entirety of every single recording from the outside of the outside. What do you call it? Of outside, of just being outside in the breeze, in the air. We are finally here. We're doing a little haul. I went to 2 shops mainly. I went to several shops, but the things that I actually bought things from, there were 3, and the third one I can't remember the name of, and I just bought a cap, and I also can't find the cap. So we're running with 2. The first one was called Paper Bag Princess, and they had like, apart from the proper sort of donation place where they get all the clothes for free, so then they cheap it sellly, so then they sell it cheaply. It was the cheapest. So they had like short sleeve t-shirts, like shirts, some like pullovers, that sort of thing. There wasn't like a huge variety, but of the sort of clothes that I look for, that was what was there. I don't really go looking for dresses and stuff, but of the things that I'm actually like looking at for like men's or like that are like very genderless, that's what was there. And then in the second one, the American one, which is called Superfly or something, I just said, they had like a huge amount of variety. And I loved that shop so much. That's where I got this from. I've been wearing this so often since I've left New Zealand. It says, "Keep Austin Weird." And yeah, the other day I was like walking down the street and some kids saw me and one of them called out, "Keep Austin wired." And it wasn't a joke, they just couldn't read. I went there and they had like more variety, but it was slightly more expensive, kind of. Apart from the clothes which I bought, which were like pretty cheap. And like everything there was like really affordable. It wasn't like the sort of prices that you see a lot of the time in Sydney or like Melbourne in terms of like the upper end thrift shops. It was like a bit cheaper than that, especially with like the dollar conversion. The reason why I wanted to go back was they had these dungarees, whatever you call them, like the things that like you put over their denim, you put them over your back and you sort of walk around in them. I used to have a pair, but then I went through like a phase where I was like trying to like, I don't know, get more money. And so I sold them, even though I really liked them. And so I wanted to get them again. And they had like pairs for like 35 New Zealand dollars from what I remember. I could be wrong though. Could have been a bit more, but still it was like not expensive to get them compared to like, if you get like Levi's ones online, they can be like a couple $100 sometimes, depending on where you're looking. Yeah, so they had those. They had like basically everything you could want in that American one. And I will show you what I got there. Apart from the other tie-dye, I got this tie-dye, which is another American Madison County Emergency Services Fair, famous event of 2017. And it has on the back, Leo Wife. So if you know anyone called Leo Wife, or if you know that inside joke, let me know. The next thing I got is this celebration of the class of 2020. I'm not the class of 2020, but they can never shut up about it. So I kind of thought wearing this would be like homage to them and also sort of ironic to everyone else that didn't graduate in 2020. The next shirt is one which you'll see me wearing quite a lot in the rest of my Wellington series, which is this one. Sleep all day, party all night, and it's got a giant duck on it. I thought it was cool. So from the other store, the Princess thingy store, I found two pieces of merch, and it's my favorite thing to find merch when I go thrift shopping because you can get it like way cheaper than it originally was. This is Olivia Rodrigo merch, apparently, allegedly, and I got it for like $5, so steal. Next piece of merch is this Lizzo merch. I think I got this for like $10 or $15. It's like actually like a full-on pullover. It's actually a full-on pullover. It has her playing her famous flute on the back. And the last tie-dye I got from that shopping spree was this one, which I think is from a cult. This one used to be owned by Duffy. So if anyone knows a Duffy that is missing their New Life Ranch, I single-handedly believe I'm bringing tie-dyes back into fashion. I think tie-dyes look awesome. One of my favorite things to get are pieces that represent the most random places imaginable that no one goes to. Like, I also got a Nebraska t-shirt, which I wore in my Auckland vlogs, which I love. And this South Dakota hat just really adds to that. This one's also from a random place, St. Thomas something. Anyway, let's cut back into the actual vlog. We're now heading to the National Museum of New Zealand. It's called something else in Maori, but I'll put that up on the screen, so I don't know that I can pronounce that one. No, this wind is for real dangerous sometimes. Like, it is blowing my legs in certain places. But I think when I first experienced the wind, I really wanted to hate this city because I was like, I can't handle this weather. But unfortunately, I really like this city despite the wind. Te Papa Museum. Don't know if I pronounced that right. I really like this exhibit. The last one was very like information heavy, but I think seeing this art and interpretations you can make of it for me is much more powerful and interesting and engaging. Like, that's stunning. And like the idea is like that New Zealand is created by fire and water and all this stuff, and like the history is like heavily shaped by things like boats to get here and fire like destroying things. I had a great first couple days in Wellington. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Obviously, you know how to engage with it. Like, subscribe if you want to watch more. Comment if you liked it. Give us a whale or something. I don't know. A starfish. I don't know if there is a starfish emoji, but that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm trying to post every weekend. There'll be another one up next weekend. Toodles! I'm gonna try not to freeze. I've just finished my trip to the National Library of New Zealand. The English writing of the treaty shows something entirely different to the Te Reo Maori. Very interesting. That starts with the treaty.